In the underground office of a funeral home, a senior pathologist grumbles about the neatness of the room. He advises the partner to discard the synthetic substances down the sink as they are canvassed in dust. The man sees him in shock, as that would be a reasonable infringement of the law. The head scientist undermines him with his work, which powers the man to purge the various bottles into the sewage. Over the long haul, individuals start seeing weird creatures inside the lake, yet giving no consideration to the potential outcomes. A compensation man intends to end it all by hopping into the water, yet before does, he takes note a huge shadow inside the water. Seeing that his associates don't know about the risk, he lets them know farewell and continues to jump in. Gang Do is the son of a convenience store owner, and he's not truly adept at taking care of his business, falling rest constantly. His dad, Hai Bong, is unsatisfied with the son and advises him to awaken and take care of the clients. Although Gang Do is sluggish and very useless, he adores his girl particularly despite the fact that she has an exceptionally low opinion of her dad, very much like every other person. They sit in front of the TV together and cheers for Gang Do's sister, Nam Ju, who's a public toxophilus champion going after the lead position. Unexpectedly, a news streak comes on that show the body of the salaryman from previously, yet a big part of his body is missing as though something tore into him before he died. Hai Bong advises his child to get out and return to work. As the clients are complaining about their orders, Gang Do carries the food to individuals, however sees that everybody is gazing at the river. They see a strange creature under the bridge, and can't help thinking about what it may be. The creature starts moving, in the long run dropping into the water. Individuals walk much nearer to the river front and Gang Do tosses a container of beer at the creature, which it rapidly takes submerged. Everybody starts tossing trash into the stream too, and the creature vanishes, leaving only trash in the water. When Gang Do is going to leave, he sees the giant monster on shore, charging towards individuals and thumping them into the river. Everyone runs in dread while the monster keeps on stomping on over the spectators and going after them irately. Gang Do attempts to advise individuals to run, yet gets pushed over by the giant monster. The creature starts running towards the populous community. While everybody takes off, looking for cover, the creature charges inside a versatile holder loaded with individuals. As it gobbles up everybody inside, an American soldier attempts to free individuals with Gang Do. However, the monster surges out of the room that is currently brimming with blood. They pursue the monster and makes an honest effort to stop its obliteration, yet almost winds up dead as the soldier gets injured gravely by the creature. Gang Do attempts to save the man by hitting around the tail, yet the assaults are insufficient as the creature pivots and powers Gang Do to take off rapidly. Yun strolls beyond the helpful store looking for her dad, just to see that everybody has vanished. Gang Do snatches his little girl rapidly and runs for safety, yet amidst disarray, he sees that he snatched wrong person. The man pivots, just to see the monster charging towards his girl, taking her away. The creature jumps in the river and swims to the opposite side. Gang Do attempts to pursue, however observes weakly as the little girl is taken into the water. The armed forces show up to close off the area, and individuals grieve for their family's demise as an immense local area memorial service happens in the sanctuary. Yun's uncle, Nam Il, also shows up with tears in his eyes subsequent to finding out about the demise of his niece. The family embrace each other as they fall onto the floor in trouble, yet, rather than assisting them, the journalists with surrounding them and start to take pictures. A government worker in a biohazard suit comes to welcome individuals and asks about those who is contacted with the creature. Individuals are reluctant to concede their contribution. However, in the wake of being asked over and again, some raise their hands, remembering Gang Do for the apprehension about legitimate discipline. The family embrace each other as they fall onto the floor in pity. However, rather than assisting them, the new reporters surrounding them and start to take pictures. More workers in the yellow suits start hurrying into the building, attempting to quarantine the families. They take away Gang Do forcefully as his family asks for them to stop. It turns out that the American soldier who helped Gang Do was able to survive the monster's assault, yet before long became sick subsequent to being infected with a virus that the creature conveys. The government is pulling back their military forces and sending in particular groups prepared to deal with infection flare-ups. Simultaneously, Gang Do and his family showed up at the hospital, yet is shocked to see the lack of quarantine measures, as even the doctors are not wearing masks. Around evening time, the dad gets a call which he promptly perceives as the little girl. Gang Do attempts to request her area. However, the sign cuts unexpectedly. As the rest of the family awakens, the monster keeps on going after the people, killing the quarantine workers and bringing them back to its nest inside the sewers where the creature is putting away them as food for some other time. Yun slips away from inside the open of a waste and looks at the worker that the monster was gotten. Yet the man died from muffling as he spits water from his lungs. The girl figures out how to find a cell on the body, yet at the same it's not working any longer, later being lowered inside the stream. Back in the hospital, Gang Do attempts to persuade the police that his little girl is alive. However, the officer thinks that the man's insane and believes the doctor should give him a mental assessment, understanding that his girl could start starving. The family has a go at taking away from the hospital, however gets perceived quickly on account of Gang Do's light hair. They run towards the lift, then into the parking garage, where a vehicle driven by gangsters was organized to get them. The family effectively gets away from the hospital, as the cop frantically pursues them by walking. After the getaway, the gangsters charge the elderly person a lot of cash for rescuing them, providing them with guns and a government vehicle so they can mix in. Hai Bong must choose the option to give them every one of his investment funds, including his credit cards too. They drive towards a police checkpoint and attempts to go through, yet a police captain remembers them as needed escapees from the hospital. With no other decision, Hai Bong payoffs the official with the only cash that they have left. The family starts looking for Yun inside each sewer system that they track down on the guides that they were given. However, the area is too huge to even consider covering, and they do not know as to where the girl is. Nam Il grumbles that they won't ever find his niece this way as they are looking aimlessly. But his sister advises him to stop griping as they have no different choices. Unexpectedly, the family sees something moving ahead of them, and readies their weapons to shoot. Namju feels water drip on her in the roof, and they shoot numerous shots, just to understand that it was nothing. Nonetheless, it just so happens, there are two other young boys stowing away next to the walls, and they escape out of the sewers after almost being killed by the family. The two young boys are destitute, and the more established sibling chooses to take food from the closest convenience store, which ends up being the one that Gang Do possesses around the ocean. The more youthful kid, Say Yo, needs to accept their cash also, yet his sibling stops him and lets him know that is wrong. As they are just taking things they need to get by, they head out with packs of food in the wake of scouring the capacity, just to see the monster charging towards them from under the bridge. The two runs rapidly back towards the safe house, yet the monster pursues them intently behind as the young boys run frantically for their lives. Minutes after, Hai Bong returns to their store, and sees that the doors have been forced open. He gives it no consideration, and the family keeps on having their supper while envisioning that Yun was there with them. Meanwhile, the girl is trying to survive by gathering water from the sewers, however sees the monster draws near and pretend to be dead. The creature drops off the young boys he caught from before, and Yun sees that the more youthful sibling is as yet alive. She makes an honest effort to save the kid and protect him from the monster. After some time, Gang Do sees the creature remaining outside their store, and the dad attempts to shoot the monster. In any case misses. It charges towards them and starts pushing on the structure, in the long run flipping the entire spot over, while the dad keeps on shooting. After the monster has halted, the family moves out just to see it lying on the ground, clearly injured by the shots. The uncle fires at the monster, which prompts it to run towards the river as the family proceeds with their interest. In any case, they run out of bullets as the creature leaps into the river. Hai Bong advises everybody to remain back as Gang Do gives his dad the gun with the last bullet. The monster starts swimming towards the family once more, while Namju have a go at shooting it with her arrow. The creature charges at the elderly person and he discharged the gun. However, incidentally, Gang Do misjudged, and all in all nothing remained to be shot. Hai Bong pivots and smoothly tells his loved ones to run as the creature stomps on over him. It gets Hai Bong by the leg and crushes him to the ground as everybody observes horrendously. Gang Do runs towards the dad's dead body and cries in torment. However, they can't remain there for long as the police are traveling this way too. He tells the siblings to take off for tracking down Yun, and continues to cover his dad's face with a paper. Gang Do attempts to leave also, however can't beat his melancholy and gets caught by the cops. Around evening time, the uncle goes to his companion for help who work in the telephone company. They slip into the place of business and start finding the last call from Yun. They figured out how to track down her area. Yet the companion goes into the administrator's office and uncovers that he double-crossed the man by illuminating the police to acquire the abundance cash. Nam Il sees individuals after him, and rapidly switches out the lights, getting away out of the office and locking his followers inside. He gets away from the building, however sees that the police are pursuing him too. In a condition of frenzy, he hops onto the bridge and evades recognition. The uncle calls the sister and texts her Yun area before at last blacking out from the agony of the fall. Namju sees her sibling's message, and rapidly runs towards the sewer that her niece is in. She goes under the bridge and towards the entry, while calling Gang Do about her area. Unexpectedly, she sees the monster running towards her and attempts to shoot, yet gets pushed over into the trenches, which fortunately keeps the monster from getting to her. Subsequent to being educated about his little girl's area, Gang Do attempts to get away from the hospital. In any case, is come by the doctors who keep on performing agonizing tests on him. The leading researcher uncovers that there is no infection, and that the government is just utilizing it to occupy individuals from the monster's origins. Gang Do hears their discussion, which prompts the doctors to lobotomize the man in order to silence him. On the opposite side, Yun is attempting to comfort the kid by getting some information about what they'll eat subsequent to getting out. She makes a rope out of the dress of the people in question, and ties a police baton at the end. The girl tosses the rope on the stage and figures out how to make a rope stepping ladder. Before they can get away, the monster returns, which drives them into stowing away. The two watches in disguise as the creature starts hurling the bones of the relative multitude of people it ate up. The monster sees the kids and attempts to catch them, yet can't as they conceal inside the walls. Simultaneously, Gang Do kidnaps a doctor as he hurries to the beyond the building. Just to see that the officials are unwinding and grilling like they're an extended getaway, he takes a vehicle by taking steps to kill the hostage and surges towards the area of his girl. Nam Il likewise awakens subsequent to being saved by a homeless man and figures out how to persuade him to help in saving his niece. They use liquor containers and make various Molotov mixed drinks, planning to battle the monster until the very end. Yun awakens in the wake of stowing away from the monster's assaults, and notice that the kid is getting sick. She looks outside and sees that the monster is resting. The girl tries running for the ropes, yet is immediately trapped by the monster, which snatches her and returns her on the floor. She sees the kid outside to be well, and runs towards him attempting to save his life while the monster pursues them from behind. Gang Do shows up at the nest, just to see that it's loaded up with bones and that his little girl is nowhere to be found. Out of nowhere, he sees the monster pass by him from the top with an arm hanging from its mouth and continues to pursue it with his sister, who's awakened as well. They follow the monster as it swims in the river towards the gathering of protesters on shore, griping about the quarantine and the unlawful investigations. However, individuals rapidly notice the monster coming towards them and runs in dread as they get away from the area. The police start taking shots at the creature as it jumps ashore, while the military positions the synthetic substances closer towards the monster. They discharge the gas into the area, which shocks the creature as it battles in torment. Gang Do surges towards the monster's mouth and attempts to pull his girl out. He figures out how to remove the girl, who's actually clutching the kid that she was attempting to secure, and understands that his girl has died quite some time ago. Gang Do carries the girl towards the family, and they cry as they embrace Yun's dormant body. The man chooses to get revenge for his little girl. What's more, starts going after the monster with a metal pole. Nam Il attempts to help also and tosses the Molotov mixed drinks at the monster, pursuing it away, yet can't land any immediate hits. The homeless man sneaks on top of the creature and starts pouring fuel on it as it observes in confusion. Namju readies her arrow that she lit on fire, and takes shots at the monster, which covers it as on fire. In a snapshot of chaos, the monster attempts to run once more into the water, yet gets lethally wounded by Gang Do, who is taking cover behind the posts. The creature tumbles down with its final gasp and passes on while consuming. Gang Do sees that the kid his little girl was attempting to save is yet alive, and carries him to somewhere safe as he gazes at the consequence of the disorder. In some cases later, Gang Do has embraced the kid like his own child, and the two eat while the news condemns the government about their activities. They keep on dwelling in the advantageous store by the stream while the snow falls, demonstrating the colder time of year is coming. The end. If you like this story, please subscribe to the channel and like it to motivate me to bring you more stories like this.